This is a 10 out of 10 resume. I'm going to explain why so you can make your own. So first we have a nice professional title to tell them who we are right off the bat. Then a professional summary where we explain our professional values, our background. We're going to check off the education box here. Then some career highlights so they know what we bring to the table. We'll mention some of our best skills right here on page 1. Then obviously we have plenty of room for professional experience, which is the most important part. On page 2 we have more room for key skills, software. These are going to be really helpful with ATS scanners. We've got a nice little volunteer space here. And lots more room for professional experience, which again is the most important part. Now this template is made using the Microsoft Word columns feature and not text boxes, which means it's ATS compliant. Let's turn this 1 out of 10 resume into a 10 out of 10 resume. First, we've got a master's, so let's add that to the name. Much better. Next, we don't need the street address. Bye-bye. Objective statement, absolutely not. This is not the 1990s. Skills are great, but this formatting's ugly. So we'll use a table to organize it, much better. Education, first we'll use the formal credentials. Much better, and we'll get rid of the years because it's more than 10 years old. We're also going to move this section to the bottom because it's not quite as important as the experience. First thing we're going to do is add months and cities of our employer. We're also going to get rid of this last job because it's more than 20 years ago. It was a great time, but bye-bye. We're going to add some action verbs and numbers to the bullet points. Much better, look at all those numbers. And we'll jazz up the formatting a little. And boom, much better. This is a 10 out of 10 one-page resume that still fits in a lot of good content. How do we make it all fit in one page? First, narrow margins, but still looks fine. The professional summary is only 3 lines, that's all we need. Key skills, still here. Do not neglect the key skill. Even if we're short on space, an ATS scanner needs to see these. Under experience, we've gone with only our most impressive accomplishments. No fluff here at all. For our older experience, we drop it down to just line items. Then education, and we're out. Do not apply to another job without doing this. First, copy the roles and responsibilities from the job posting. Paste them into Google Sheets like this. Then pull out the most relevant skill or duty from each of these, like this. Next, you'll make a quick note of when you've done each of these things in your work. That's going to look like this. Open your resume, write all those keywords here, and use your notes to write out your bullet points. Then open your cover letter, pick your 5 best examples, and put them here. Now you have a really impressive and relevant resume and cover letter, and you're going to light up the ATS scanner with your keywords. Recruiters do not have time to read your entire resume. So to impress them in the 5 to 10 seconds we have, and get past those ATS scanners, we need a highly scannable resume. I'm going to show you how to make your resume scannable right now. First, a couple titles here so they know exactly who we are as a professional right off the bat. Then in your professional summary, right away tell them how many years experience you have, so they don't have to do the math. Areas of expertise, great for the ATS scanners, for keywords, and for the reader. Career highlights, we'll throw our 3 best skills here, and if they want more detail as they're scanning, they can read it right away. Under jobs, we'll sort our bullet points. Overview of the role, key accomplishments, and responsibilities. You can see we give each bullet point a title so they can quickly see what skills we have and when we've used them. For this template and all my best advice, check out my mega resume and cover letter bundle. It is on sale now. This is a 10 out of 10 resume on my most popular resume template. This has gotten jobs for hundreds of people. I'm going to explain how to use it so you can make your resume a 10 out of 10 too. First, under the name, we add 2 professional titles, so we give ourselves a nice strong brand right up front. Then a short but effective professional summary to describe our professional skills and values. We hit them with a couple career highlights here. This will get them excited. Some more keywords here to help with the ATS scanners. And then our professional experience, we list everything they needed. Company name, location, job title, dates including months, and if I do say so myself, some truly incredible bullet points, full of lots of numbers and impressive details. This is a resume I designed to help someone change careers 10 times easier. So the very first thing we're going to mention, the first word, is the new industry. We'll call ourselves an enthusiast. Then any transferable skills and mention our eagerness to learn. Our professional summary, mention a passion for the new industry and any experience we have working with people who are part of that new industry. In the education section, we're going to list any training we have related to the new industry, and we're going to add some bullet points to add detail. So list out all the relevant courses you've taken, and don't be afraid to describe projects you did while you were doing that training, just like you would for a job. Back up to key skills, list skills you earned in that training program, because these are most relevant for the things you're trying to do. And in key skills, it's okay if you haven't done these things professionally, so long as you have done them or learned about them. For experience, just try to focus on anything you have that's closely related to the new industry. This resume is going to get so many interviews. Let me tell you why so you can make yours just as good. First, to set expectations and establish a clear brand, they've got 2 titles that cover our functional expertise and our industry expertise. Our professional summary here, amazing, touches on years experience in the industry and some core proficiencies. Areas of expertise, mandatory for ATS scanners and getting the reader excited. We have a very eye-catching overall template. You can find this one in my bio. This next piece is so critical for the storytelling and branding of who we are. A lot of people skip this. We have little job overviews here in italics before the bullet points of each role. Critical. These bullet points are phenomenal. Honestly, take a screenshot. You'll notice they're all accomplishments with action verbs and results. And for bonus points, we added little titles to each bullet point so that a hiring manager could see the skill associated with each bullet. Close out with education, and we are golden. This resume is so good, you'll be turning down interviews. So do not follow this structure unless you have time for a lot of interviews. So why does it work so well? Well, first off, we have perfect professional formatting. It's eye-catching, it's easy to follow, and this template is available for free in my bio. A really strong move here, we have a professional title that says the 3 most important things. It says our industry, it says what we do, and the level we're at. Then we continue branding ourselves with our top 4 areas of expertise here. That's great. The professional summary is amazing. It covers our industry, it covers our years experience and a couple of our best skills. Then we keyword dump here in the key skills section for the ATS scanners. Fantastic. Then under our experience, we have a few key things. Job title, company, dates, and location. Perfect. Then we have a nice overview of each job and some amazing accomplishment-focused bullet points with lots of numbers. Then we close out with this modern cover letter that uses bullet points, not paragraphs. This resume is going to earn $50,000 a year. This resume is going to earn $200,000 a year. Let me explain why so you can get yourself closer to this side. This one has 0 effort in the template and design versus this very strong template that's going to make a great first impression. This one has no professional branding aside from this 1990s objective statement. Versus over here, we've got a nice clear title, great professional summary, and areas of expertise for the ATS scanners. This one's also not ATS optimized, so probably no one's ever going to read it. Now the next difference is probably the most important, but before we get to that, if you want to see some amazing resume templates and some great example resumes that I've put together, check out the mega resume and cover letter bundles in my bio. Now, the most important difference. Look how this person describes their jobs. The bullet points are generic, they're just describing tasks we took on. That's weak. These bullet points are describing powerful accomplishments, big wins, things people would pay you big money to cover. Big companies like Google and others are now requiring you to write the bullet points in your resume a specific way if you want to work there. Honestly, I get why they do this because this is a very effective way to write your bullet points and convey your value, so everyone should be doing this. So the formula is accomplished X as measured by Y by doing Z, which in plain English translates to what you achieved, when and where you achieved it, and how you achieved it. So a perfect example of that is this. Achieved a 10% increase in customer satisfaction during the busy summer season by offering complimentary foot rubs to all customers waiting in line for service. This is a 10 out of 10 resume for someone looking for their first job. So first off, we will call ourselves an enthusiast of the industry we want to get into. Then we'll hit them with an interpersonal skill like relationship-oriented. You can borrow this language for your professional summary. And then in your areas of expertise, I want you to list any skills you've learned about or used, even if it wasn't in a job, that are related to the job you want. Then under the education, we're going to add some bullet points. So we'll do a bullet point with our relevant courses we've taken, and then bullet points for any major projects we've done. We're then going to call our best experience leadership experience instead of professional experience. And just put the coolest stuff you've done, if it's extracurricular, if it's a very involved volunteer experience, anything you've done where you've had some leadership responsibilities. It doesn't matter if it was paid or not. Then if you have like a lesser part-time job, you can throw it in here. And finally, just so they know you're awesome, throw in some awards if you've won any, your technical skills. That's all you need. For more help, check out the resume and cover letter bundles in my bio. This is an absolute rock star resume for someone who's in the middle of their career. We're talking like 5 to 20 years in. Let me show you exactly how to do this so you can be a rock star too. First, put your top 2 skills here and here. In your professional summary, make sure you share how many years experience you have doing each of the essential parts of the job. Take all the keywords they list in the job posting, put them in an areas of expertise section here, then pick your 3 favorite and tell a little story about them here. They're already going to want to hire you before they even read your experience if you do this stuff up here. When we get into professional experience, you need 6 things. Job title in bold, company name not in bold, location of company in italics, and then the dates you were there including months. Number 6, we put a little overview before we get into the bullet points. This shares essential context about what we did in the role. Finally, the bullet points full of badass details, accomplishments, and results. If you don't have amazing bullet points like this, you're not getting hired. This is a 5-star resume for someone at a director level, and it's gonna get all the interviews. Let me explain why. First off, we're projecting experience using words like seasoned and senior to describe ourselves. In our professional summary, we're talking about things we've accomplished. We're talking about leading people. And we focus in on some of the most essential things in our areas of expertise around building teams, setting strategy, designing processes, budget management, and collaborating with executives. Then most importantly, in our director experience, we go hard. This is my secret weapon word for a director or anyone in senior leadership: ownership. It shows we take accountability for important things on our plate. And every single one of the bullet points here is either about leading people or making an impact on our company with measurable results. This is a 10 out of 10 resume for an executive. So listen up if you are or ever want to be an executive. This will teach you how to land the big jobs with the nice salaries. First, any advanced degree will go in our name. Then our professional titles, we want to mention our industry and our best skill set. Here are some more examples of professional titles. Then in our professional summary, sentence 1, this is important. We want to mention that we are an executive. We want to mention how many years experience we have and share our industry again, and then just hit them with some of our best skills and accomplishments. Then a key skills section is super important. Here are some of the most common key skills used by executives. Then when we get into experience, start with a nice overview. Use language to elevate how we got in this role: recruited, executive position, taking on ownership. Then you describe your responsibilities. And then in the bullet points, we are just going to blow them away with some great accomplishments. This is a phenomenal resume on one of my best templates. I'm going to walk you through it so you can make sure your resume is phenomenal too. First, we have a nice eye-catching and professional layout. Got our master's degree and our name here. Then we add 2 professional titles so they can quickly see what our best skills are. Follow that up with a nice professional summary. A lot of people skip this step, but it's a great idea to add your LinkedIn URL in your resume. We add in some key skills here and some highlights here for ATS scanners. Then in the experience, we have the important stuff: company name, location, job title, and dates, including months. For each job, we have a nice overview. And then the bullet points are reserved for our most impressive accomplishments. We want to blow their minds with everything we say here. For free and premium resume templates, check out the link in my bio. This is a 6-figure salary resume. Let me explain why, so you're ready for a 6-figure salary as well. First, we're using my #1 best converting template of all time, which is available in my bio. Next, we dive in with a very clear brand right away. These high-paying jobs need to know who you are and what you offer immediately. Then we use some great key skills to get past the ATS scanners. You can find these in the job posting. Then, instead of a professional summary, we blow their socks off with 4 amazing career highlights. By the time they read these, they're already dying to bring you in for an interview. Then this is an advanced strategy. Under our experience, we're going to break the jobs down into responsibilities and accomplishments. This way they know what is the scope of the job and what can you handle. And then here we're just going to continue to impress the heck out of them with our ability to have an impact. This is a 1-page example, but you can definitely go on to 2 pages if you have more experience. This resume is terrible. It looks good, but it's not. Reason being, it is seriously exposed to age discrimination, and it's not going to get any interviews until we fix it up. So here's how we do that. First, a lot of people make this mistake. We've got our birth year in our email address, so we're going to get rid of that with a new email. Next, in the professional summary, we are never going to say we have 24 years experience. It's best and safest to go with something like 15 plus. On the same note, we don't want our experience to go back more than 20 years, so this job, bye-bye. We're also going to remove our graduation year from school. People also tend to think that older folks aren't as good with technology. So under education, we're going to add a technical proficiencies section with all our software knowledge. Before I finish up, if you need a nice resume template, this one is free in my bio. Finally, if we're worried about being perceived as old, here's a nice trick. Add a professional interest section with any hobbies that are active or health conscious or modern. just to show we can keep up on trends. Good luck! If you are in tech, this is the perfect resume. As always, we start with our titles mentioning technical skills and then a little professional overview and some hard skills. Now on to the good stuff, a technical proficiency section. We build a nice table like this, and here we'll categorize and list all of our technical skills so they know right away. In the experience section, after job title and company of course, we give a little overview of the role, and then we give a specific technical overview of all the technical elements of the role. Then obviously we impress them with some accomplishment-based bullet points to provide essential context to our technical role. Page 2 is more of the same, but then under education, we go in again on all the extra technical skills we picked up there. This resume is getting a 100% score from recruiters, and it is getting a wild amount of interviews. Let me explain why it's so strong so you can make your resume just as good. First, if you have an advanced degree, put it in your name, huge bonus points there. Next, before anything else, we tell them the 3 things they want to know most. What we do, what level we're at, and the industry we do it in. Then a nice professional summary. We're going to hit them with some areas of expertise, how many years we've been doing this, a few core skills, and 1 or 2 really nice highlights from our career. Here and here we've added some keywords straight from the job description to get past the ATS scanners, and these are really going to impress the reader as well. But truly we make our money in the experience section. This is the difference between interview and no interview, rich and poor, this is it. Now as you can see, we did not write a lot. But every single bullet point is describing a big win, the kind of wins that hiring managers will pay big money for. To upgrade your resume to a 10 out of 10 easily, check out my Mega Resume and Cover Letter bundle.